All right. Welcome to day 7 of the whole Christmas story. So today we're still in Luke 1, but we're in specifically verses 46 through 56. And this is known as Mary's Song of Praise, also the Magnificat. I guess I'm saying that right. Um, but I read through this, and usually as I've been reading, there's been verses that have just been popping out at me, and I read through this and there was nothing really that stood out to me as something that I needed to focus in on. So I stopped, I prayed, I asked God to like reveal something to me in that, and I went back and I read it again. And it was verses 54 and 55 that that stood out to me. That second time that I read. And those verses are, He has helped His servant Israel, remembering to be merciful, for He made this promise to our ancestors, to Abraham and his children forever. And honestly, I didn't know why those stood out to me. I think it's just I've been reading so much about Israel and the remnant of Israel and everything where that stood out to me. But as I started digging into those verses, it got a lot more clear as to why they stand out. So, in the earlier verses, she's just praising God, thanking Him for keeping His promises. But in these verses, like she's showing that she understands the gravity of what's going on here. And I can't imagine, you've got this young girl who, like, she knows she's a virgin, yet she is pregnant. So she has to know that, like, this is not normal. This is something so much bigger than just her. And even though, like, she's the one that is pregnant, she knows that, like, this is something that it affects more than her and just her little world. Like, it affects the nations, and it affects the entire world. It goes back to covenants that God made in the Old Testament, and it's like rooted in these promises. So she's like seeing herself as part of a much larger story. The other thing that's going on here is, like, this is where God breaks His silence when He sent Gabriel to speak to Zechariah and then to Mary. It's been 400 years at this point since anyone has really heard the voice of God, and some things that she says here. So he has helped His servant Israel, remembering to be merciful. Like, that's important. For He made this promise to our ancestors, to Abraham and his children forever. So He's beginning the fulfillment of these prophecies, because Israel's been waiting for centuries at this point. And, like, she's emphasizing mercy. But Israel's been waiting to hear from God. They've been living under more failed kings. The prophets have been silent, if they even really existed during that time period. But again, she's emphasizing mercy, not like the righteousness or the obedience of Israel, because Israel is not deserving. So this just kind of goes back to that whole idea of mercy, that God rescues us because He's faithful, not because we deserve it. And then when we get into the part about the promise to Abraham, like, she's tracing Jesus all the way back to Abraham. not just David, because, Abraham is where the root covenant was made. David is where the royal covenant was made. But Jesus is fulfilling both of those covenants, the root covenant and the royal covenant. When God made that covenant with Abraham, he was promising him, descendants, like lots and lots and lots of descendants. He was promising him land. He was promising him blessing, and like blessings to all of the nations, that come from, the blessings come from God, but like all of this came from Abraham. Abraham would be the father of many nations. So like Mary knows that this child that is within her, it's the fulfillment of the promise to Abraham. But he's not just Israel's king, but the world's redeemer. So, yeah, can't imagine what it was like for her to, the overwhelm that she had to have from understanding the magnitude of what was happening. So that's day 7. I have no idea what we're reading tomorrow as we get into day 8, but it just keeps building. The story just keeps building. So I hope that y'all are following along and enjoy this. Again, leave a comment.